Welcome to yet another edition of Tuko Sports. I'm your host, Musili Mbaluto, and we'll be covering everything that's hot in the sporting industry. But for now, we're going to keep it locked on football, because in just a week, we're going to be heading into the hottest tournament, the World Cup. And with me today is my host, Rene Otinga. How are you doing, boss?
Glad to be here. But before we go on, aren't you going to address the elephant in the room, huh? The UEFA Champions League final.
Oh, all right. I can see the smile on your face. I understand where you're coming from right now. But I think we just need to focus on what's necessary right here.
Yeah, but of course the show can't go on without addressing the fact that Real Madrid triumphed over Liverpool in controversial circumstances, of course. But it was always going to be Madrid's final.
First of all, I just think Ramos is an unfair guy. And Ramos, if you're listening to this show, reform yourself. Reform.
No.
But kudos to Real Madrid. A 13th Champions League down the trophy lane. I hear they had to extend the actual trophy
cabinet because
the
title was getting too many. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you that.
But at least you can.
Yeah, you got it right.
The honorable thing to do.
Moving on swiftly, though. America, let's come down to Africa.
Yeah.
Wakanda.
Yeah.
What's happening here, Bana? Is there any chance of one of our representatives, since Kenya,
we are a bit
somewhere.
We are 111 places.
Yeah.
111 places back.
Yeah. We are coming soon. We have faith in our boys. Eh? Yeah. So, who do you think is gonna carry the flag of Africa? Can we say?
Let's give credit to these African sides for the likes of Egypt, Tunisia, and Morocco. Those guys, they've gone. They've gone the extra mile in the qualifiers, and they knew what they were coming for.
It is not an easy feat to qualify. To be the last remaining 32?
No, yeah. So making it to the World Cup finals itself, it should be looked at as an achievement.
True.
Yeah, but for me, of course, as an African, I'd like to see them go out there and really try to go for it, you know? Yeah. Like, I've seen a lot of punters and pundits, they've tried to put it like African teams have been placed in all groups of death, but I really don't want to look at it that way, because I think we do have the depth and we do have the squads and we do have the desire to like really go for it. But as far as my favorites is concerned, in terms of African teams, I'd like to say Nigeria. Nigeria have a really deep squad, and their pool of teams,
it allows them some.
Yeah, they're in Group D with Argentina. Iceland.
That's going to be tough.
And yeah, it's going to be tough. And Croatia.
World Cup is a high impact tournament. I mean, it's just a month or so. Back-to-back games.
Back-to-back games.
I mean, you lose one game and you're out.
I
mean, we don't call it the world's greatest tournament
for nothing. Yeah. No. So there are a lot of factors that play in. It's just not necessarily about the quality of the team. It's the stamina, the desire,
the passion,
and you
the
have
tactics,
the slice of luck as well. Because
you know, actually speaking of tactics, I'm actually going to support Tunisia, or rather Tunisia, whichever they say.
Yeah.
Because those guys are quite sly. Did you see what they did the other day? I mean, the guy actually faked injury.
They feigned an injury so that they break their fast.
So
that tells you a lot
about the kind of
about
tactics we need to make it. You know? Let's talk about the favorites. I mean, now we've seen that Africa, we're clearly all supporting Africa, right?
Yeah.
And just out of, it's the closest thing that we have to home. But when we look at the bigger spectrum, as footballing pundits here and professionals, who do you think is going to take it? And since there's so much to discuss and so little time, let's focus on Germany and Spain.
Okay.
Between the two, or is there a favorite?
Joachim Low has named, in his provisional squad, he's named like 9 players who won the previous World Cup.
Yeah.
And for me, in my opinion, and this may sound a bit controversial, but it is because Joachim Low has named so much talent from the previous World Cup, that's the exact reason that they're not going to win this one this time around.
All right.
So for me, no, not Germany this time. As much as I'm a German fan and I am Team Diamannschaft, it's not going to be Germany this time, because I'd like to think all the opponents know them at this point, and the fact that they have so many people who previously played from previous World Cup. So same old tactics. I think they're going to be matched, but not necessarily. They might go on to the round of 16 quarters. Same as they'll find their match though. Yeah, and I'm a bit sad to say that because I'm Team Germany, of course.
All right. But that's an honest opinion, which is kudos to you. But yeah, I still think Germany have a good chance at it. And I think just to sum it up, who do you think is going to lift the trophy then? Who is going to have the honors of grabbing that golden, beautiful trophy?
There are a few sides who have very little excuses not to lift the trophy. The likes of Brazil, France.
Who are you team
I'm
Germany?
going to go for, I'm team Germany, but France are going to lift it.
France are going to lift it?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Last time I went against you, so this time I think I'm going to just go for you. So I think also France are going to lift it.
Yeah, but let's not rule out the likes of Brazil. And of course, they are underdogs because the last 4 or 8, they are not always the favorites. You can find a team there like Nigeria maybe. But we'll have to wait and see how it pans out.
Cheers, Rene, for that. Actually, a couple of interesting facts for you out there. Did you know that the first World Cup was actually played in 1930? And ironically, in 1966, the World Cup went missing for 7 days. The oldest scorer in the World Cup is Roger Miller, who scored against the current hosts, Russia, back in 1984. A couple of interesting facts right there, right? Yep. So we'll keep you updated on those kind of interesting things, because that's what Tuko is all about, you know, keeping you updated on the hottest things that are happening in the football industry, especially paying tribute to the World Cup, starting in just a couple of days. Keep it tuned to Tuko, because we'll cover everything on the sports desk, in the media house, all round, every second of it, every single bit of action. You're never going to miss anything, whether you're in office or whether you're at home. Well, that's it for today, guys. I wish we had more time, but unfortunately, it's a wrap.